Almost 50% reduction in CPA, but more importantly, record revenue month on month. This is exactly what I helped this e-commerce D2C brand achieve with their ad creatives. And in this video, I'm going to show you what they were doing wrong before, what we fixed to get these results, and how you can do the same for your brand. So if you're an e-commerce founder or an ad agency that has clients, you're going to want to see this. And by the way, if you want my team and I to build an entire creative testing system for your brand, from ideation to scripting and production to scale and performance across Meta, click the first link in the description to book a call. Now, let's get into it. So this brand in particular is a 7-figure D2C brand in the protein bar space. So when they initially came to us, the click-through rate was stuck at 0.7%. That's basically nobody clicked on their ads. The problem was simple. They kept running the same ads over and over again. And when you do that, Meta stops learning what actually works. It stops testing, and the ads just got worse and worse. So their cost went up, their reach went down, and they had no idea how to fix it. So the first thing that we actually did was introduce UGC taste test videos. These weren't polished brand commercials. These were real customers on camera trying the product for the first time, giving their genuine reactions. They were authentic, unscripted moments, people opening the packaging, tasting the bars, and reacting in real time. No actors, no scripts, just honest responses. So here's why UGC works, right? UGC works because it's fresh. Meta's algorithm sees people reacting to your product and it treats it as new content, and it tests it even more. When viewers see a real person trying your product, they stop scrolling, they watch for longer. Meta sees that and thinks this is a good ad, so it shows it to more people and charges you less. So why this works quite well is that people see the ads as authentic and are less likely to skim past because they don't actually necessarily think it's an ad off the bat. And look, it also works because people trust it. They see someone else using their product and they think, okay, this is real, and it removes doubt. So the results we've seen here were quite immediate, right? So before introducing UGC taste tests, their cost per acquisition was €29. After a few weeks of testing these new ads, it dropped to €16.40, and that's a 43% reduction. Their click-through rate went from 0.7 up to 1.7%. That was the best they'd seen it, and it just wasn't from one good ad. We made multiple versions, different creators, each with new ads to give Meta fresh data to work with. So it just continuously kept on improving. So how did we actually implement this, right? So here's how you can do this for your own brand step by step. First, you need to record genuine customer taste test reactions in 15 to 30 second vertical formats. You can reach out to past customers, you can send them free product, and you can ask them to film themselves trying it. Make it clear you want raw, unscripted reactions. That's the most important part to it. Secondly, obviously you want to add subtitles and use natural lighting. Most people watch videos on mute, so make sure captions are there. This is a non-negotiable for any of your ads. Natural lighting keeps it feeling real. Don't overproduce these videos. We want it to come across very authentic or very raw. Thirdly, you want to test 5 to 10 different versions in a separate campaign. This makes sure Meta tests each one fairly without favoring one over the other. And then finally, you want to identify your top performers and move them into a scaling campaign. This is where you really want to give it an extra boost now because we know it's a winner, so it makes sense to take advantage of that. Change 2, right? We started implementing AI voiceover hooks. Now, our ads were getting engagement, but we noticed a problem at the top of the funnel. The ads were still blending into people's feeds. The thing is, people see hundreds of videos every single day, especially in 2026. Your ad needs to really stand out immediately to get their attention. Their ads just weren't doing that. They looked and sounded like everyone else's. So as a result, Meta's algorithm wasn't getting strong enough engagement signals at the awareness stage, which meant it couldn't efficiently build audiences or scale reach without driving up the costs. So we created a new ad format using AI voiceovers paired with fast editing. So the voiceover had like a unique sound, professional and polished, but not like a typical commercial. We paired it with quick shots of the product and ingredients, close-ups of the raw food, shots of individual ingredients, bold text on screen, and a new shot every 2 to 3 seconds just to kind of help with retention. The idea was to create something that felt completely different from every other ad people see on their feed, something that would grab attention and actually hold it. Okay, so why does this actually work, right? So novelty is what Meta's algorithm wants. When they see something new, a different voice, a different editing style, it tests it more. Because what's happening now is that we're finding new pockets of audience to actually show the ads to. What we should be seeing is that the frequency rate is stabilizing just above 1 as opposed to creeping up to 2, 3, etc. This means that the ad is being shown to net new customers or net new audiences. Pattern interrupt, so it's using a unique AI voice that people haven't heard or one that sounds quite authentic. It forces the user to stop scrolling to pay attention to the message, especially when you combine that with a real out there hook. For example, there's a hook that we used recently that I said, food in the supermarket is killing you. If you've shopped at the supermarket, you're probably going to stop to kind of see where this video is going. Using out there hooks and pattern interrupts are great way to get people to actually stop, so you can actually get into what it is that you're trying to explain to them within the video. High retention as well. So high retention signals add quality to Meta, so which, you know, again lowers overall costs. So you want to make sure the clips are changing, maybe not necessarily every 2 to 3, but I'd lean more into like 3 to 4 to 5 seconds. It really depends on the storyline and what it is that's trying to be emphasized. I always say not to cut for the sake of cutting, but if it makes sense and it adds to the story, 100%, because you do want to keep that retention high. So it's a mixture between making sure that we're keeping the viewer engaged, but also these signals that Meta is getting allows it to understand that this ad is performing well, again pushing it even further. So with more implementation of new ad formats, we started to see crack start creeping down. It went from €78 down to €50. That's a 36% reduction. And because these ads were so different, we could rotate them constantly without worrying about creative fatigue. Meta kept treating them as fresh, which meant they kept on working. And here's how you can implement this strategy for your brand. A hook strategy that we can follow, right? So for example, if we focus just on benefit driven questions, so for example, what makes this protein different? Why do pro athletes choose this? Keep it short and keep it punchy. But then what you want to do is use tools just like 11 Labs. You can test different tones, professional, casual, or energetic. You can put in different languages if you're targeting in a bunch of different countries. You can use different accents. You can make it sound like a older woman or a really young man, depending on what your audience is. At the end of the day, we want to be able to relate to them. They want to be able to see themselves using the product. So using AI voiceovers that match the audience does make sense. Pair the audio with macro product shots and bold text as well. We want new shots quite consistently just to kind of keep retention high, but always varying it as well. And then high volume testing. We want to be making 5 to 8 new versions weekly. Vary the hooks, the voices, the visuals to keep the content fresh for Meta's algorithm. Disclaimer as well, you want to be iterating on the winning ads, not necessarily the ones that are losing, because we're not getting much data from ads that haven't gotten much spend. The ones that are getting spend, those are the ones that we're going to really look into and see why it is it's performing. Is it the hook? Does it have a high click-through rate? Maybe it's the message is resonating. If it has a high hook rate, maybe that hook is very good, so we want to iterate on that. Or looking at the hold rate as well. Is the story keeping people in there? Is it the editing keeping the retention high, etc.? So change number 3 that we made is founder story content. Now, the brand was getting traffic, people were clicking and watching, but something was missing. People didn't feel connected to the brand. They didn't know who was behind it or why it existed, so they weren't actually coming back. Now the thing is, ads get attention, but they just don't build trust. People need to know the brands, trust the brand, and believe in what it stands for. Otherwise, they're just looking, they're not buying. So we made ads where the founder talks directly to the camera. They explained why they made the product and what problem it actually solves. So it wasn't a polished commercial, it was real and raw. So this right here is an example of an AI voiceover. So we're literally using all the stock footage that we have, all the UGC content that we have, and we're just using AI to come up with a new script that we can test. So this variation in itself, we actually tested with 3 different hooks.
If you've ever tried to eat healthier but felt like every protein bar tastes like chalk.
So this angle was just more so based on the taste. There's another example of an AI voiceover video.
Sick of protein bars giving you an upset stomach? So were these guys. Meet Niall and Ross. They were on a mission to make the best nutrition products possible using real food ingredients. But they had a problem.
Some of the protein suppliers said it's pretty much impossible to create a recipe that had that level of protein with natural ingredients.
But they refused to give up.
We kind of pushed through and we found a natural solution for that when we developed a recipe.
So yeah, this is an example of a founder-led video. And what it is that we're introducing the founders as characters, but also explaining the journey behind them building the brand and what the mission actually is. This is a great way to get people who don't understand about the brand tied into the brand and want to buy from you guys as opposed to your competitors. So why this works so well, especially in 2026, people connect with faces and stories. They want to see the founder and they want to feel like they know the brand. The Meta algorithm rewards this, and so it looks for authentic stories and shows them to people who connect with them. This builds trust, and trust leads to purchases. People don't just buy the product, they buy into the actual mission. So the result of this is that we start to see a lot more people spending more time on the site, more people were adding items to their cart. The conversion funnel just got a lot better. This is what helped drop the CAC from 78 quid all the way down to 50 quid. And here's the best part, right? The comments got better. So more personal, people were tagging friends and sharing their own stories. That's real engagement, and that's what builds long-term loyalty. So here's how you can implement it for your brand. So step 1, you want to write the founder story, but don't read from a script. So talk like you're you're explaining it to a friend. Share the problem, your connection to it, and why you built this. Step 2, you want to film in natural light. You don't always need a studio. Studio is fine, and that's just a different variation, but a well-lit room on your iPhone camera is really honestly just enough. Real beats polish a lot of the times. And step 3, you want to make multiple versions from one shoot. Different sound bites, different B-roll, and you can create so many different ads from that one filming session, and this gives you weeks of content. Change number 4 that we made is high intent offer creatives. So after implementing founder ads, the account was working well, traffic was up, engagement was strong, but conversion rates weren't keeping up. We were getting more interested people, but not enough buy-in, and people needed a reason to buy now as opposed to later. So the change we made is we started to include ads focused on bundles and offers. Buy 4, get 1 free, buy 3 for the price of 2. So we applied this for both the static sites and the videos. So when you use words like bundle, save, limited time, Meta knows these are high intent signals. People are ready to buy. So Meta shifts the ad to show it to people who are already familiar with the brand, people who are already thinking about buying. They just need that final push. Bundles also work psychologically. So instead of should I buy 1, the question becomes should I save money and buy 3? People like saving money, so they buy more. And this is where things start to really take off, right? So CPA hit a low of €16.40. That's the lowest they'd ever seen it. Contribution margin was increasing week over week. Revenue in the final week was one of their best week all the year. So people were buying in bundles, not single items, so the average order value was going up. Now this is a brand who really believes in their product, so once their product gets into their hands of their customers, they know they're going to have purchases. So the LTV of this product was also quite high. So these 4 changes worked because they built on each other. UGC gave authenticity, AI voiceovers added novelty and variety, founder stories built trust, offers drove action. Each layer fed into the next. Each one gave Meta more data to work with, and together they created a system that just kept on improving week on week. And that's the real lesson. It's not about one tactic, it's about building a complete system. So here are the real numbers, right? So CPA dropped by 43% from €29 all the way to $16.40. Customer acquisition cost dropped by 36% from 78 quid all the way down to 50 quid. Click-through rate went from 0.97% up to 1.7% on average. Revenue in their final week was their highest they've ever had. Contribution margin was increasing week on week also, and then their purchase volume was also up by around 18 to 20%. If you like these numbers and want my team to build the same system for your brand, from creative to production to scaling across Meta, TikTok, and YouTube ads, click the link in the description to book a call, and we'd love to have a chat to see how we can help your brand reduce CPA while scaling your account. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.